Let's be real. In today's economic climate, trying to fund growth can feel, well, impossible. It seems like everyone is being asked to do more with less. So today we're going to talk about a powerful and honestly often overlooked tool for doing just that: business incentives. Let's dive right in.
This sentence right here, it just nails the reality for so many business owners and CFOs. You're in this constant pressure cooker, expected to innovate and drive growth, but the budgets are just tighter than they've ever been. And you know the old playbook, just slashing costs? That's not going to cut it anymore if you want to stay ahead.
All right, so let's dig into this pressure cooker environment a bit more. We're calling it the squeeze. And it really is this universal challenge that's changing the way businesses have to think and operate.
It's this constant balancing act, isn't it? On one side, you've got the rising costs of absolutely everything: materials, fuel, you name it, and it's weighing you down. But on the other side, you know you have to invest in your facilities, in your people, if you want to stay competitive. It's this tension that can feel totally impossible to solve.
But what if you could actually break that cycle? What if, instead of just staring at the problem, we could pivot to a powerful solution that's frankly hiding in plain sight? This is what we call the hidden opportunity.
Okay, so let's put it side by side. The challenge is pretty clear. Costs are going up, and those essential investments in your facilities or your team just feel out of reach. But the solution? Using real, tangible incentives to directly offset those big expenses. And look, this isn't just about saving a few bucks. It's about strategically freeing up your capital so you can reinvest it where it's truly going to make a difference.
All right, so you're probably wondering, what are we really talking about here? What kind of investments can these incentives actually cover? Let's break down just how wide the scope of these savings can be.
Okay, first, let's talk about the big stuff. Your building. Think about those massive capital projects like a new commercial roof or a critical upgrade to your electrical systems. I mean, these are the kinds of expenses that can keep you up at night. But there are often tax credits or grants out there designed specifically to help businesses like yours make these improvements, which can dramatically slash the cost.
And it's not just about buildings, it's about the energy that powers them. Look, a lot of businesses want to be more sustainable, but the upfront cost of things like solar panels can feel like a huge barrier. Well, specific incentives exist to lower that barrier, helping you fund the project and cut your long-term energy costs. It's a win-win.
Now, this next one is absolutely crucial. Incentives aren't just for physical stuff. You can use them to invest in your single most valuable asset, your team. We're talking about programs for mental fitness, employee self-care, high-performance training, all the things that boost productivity, morale, and your bottom line.
Okay, this all sounds great, right? The potential is obvious. But the big question is, how do you actually do it? The whole process can seem kind of complicated from the outside, so let's walk through the typical path to unlocking these funds. You know, it usually boils down to a pretty straightforward three-step path. It all starts with a quick check to see what incentives your business and your projects might even be eligible for. From there, you uncover the real savings that can directly chip away at your costs. And then, the final and most important step. You take that money you just freed up and pump it back into your biggest priorities.
And here's the best part. That first step, finding out what you could qualify for, it costs you absolutely nothing. Zero. The biggest barrier for most companies is just not knowing what's out there. This is about arming yourself with the information you need to make smarter financial decisions. It's a no-brainer.
So, this all brings us to the end game, the real bottom line. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about trimming expenses. It's about using those savings as an engine for real, sustainable growth.
I want you to really think about the mindset shift here. This isn't defensive. It's about playing offense. It's not just about cutting back. It's about actively finding ways to reinvest dollars back into your business. This whole process transforms a budget problem into a growth opportunity, literally funding the projects that will build your future.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought. Just take a second and imagine, what could you and your business accomplish if you could fund your most important projects without draining your capital? What if you could finally do more with more? That's the potential we've been talking about today.